Welcome to the Yerba Power Podcast. My name is Devin. I am the host of this podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. Today is a brand new day. Yesterday did end last night, and our goal here with the Yerba Power Podcast is to share the power of yerba mate with the world, as well as empowering people with the power to overcome. And one thing that I want to talk about today is your comfort zone. But before I address this subject, I do want to give a quick shout out to those that had written notes to me. I really do appreciate it. I want to shout out Romy from Romy Designs. Thank you for the good feedback. I appreciate it. As well as my man Josh. There's an account called Let's Pour Tea. Lisa, reach out to her. Great account. She started posting some stuff about Shimahau. My man Josh, Journey of Josh. Thank you as well for listening. I hope you're listening right now. I really do appreciate you reaching out. So, quick shout out to you guys. Now, my title of the episode today is Your Comfort Zone is Killing You. It all started in Costa Rica. So I was walking out of the luggage area to a taxi station, collecting my bags and everything, heading to the home that I would be staying at for the next month with my host family there to study Spanish. So I'm walking towards the taxi station with a little piece of paper in my hand where I had written down the address and the phone number on for my host family. But this was Costa Rica, so the address read something along the lines of 150 meters from the church, take a left after the Rotary Club building, 100 meters to the north. On the right, you'll see a 2-story terracotta house with 2 columns with white and green shutters, because that's the way the addresses are in Costa Rica. And also the taxi drivers didn't speak English, and I thought I spoke Spanish at that point. Until then, I was really awakened. And after the taxi driver asked a bunch of other drivers about how to get there, we took off towards the town that I'd be living at for the next month. And I was so nervous. I was just racking my brain with any phrases that I thought I'd learned in high school or words that I knew. And mostly we wrote it in silence and me just pointing out the window saying, "What's that? What's that?" So that was about all I could get out. And then finally, when we got to the house, the only thing I could think of was just to ask for water. So fast forward 12 years later, and that brief snippet of a story is one of the main reasons I'm encouraging you to step out of your comfort zone. Because that summer abroad opened my mind to new experiences. I learned a language, ultimately shaped my career and my life, and even led to this podcast. That experience allowed me to meet a woman from a Spanish-speaking country, which is Argentina, if you're not already didn't know that, who later became a wife, and now we have 2 beautiful bilingual children. Also allowed me the opportunity to teach English in Spain, to explore Europe and El Camino de Santiago, St. James Way, which I actually did a episode on Yerba Travels podcast about that experience, if you want to check it out. And it reminded me that doing something courageous can lead to extraordinary outcomes. So you just need a second of courage and acting on that courage, which I'll go more into. Nowadays, how I've put this practice of stepping out of my comfort zone into my life is by, constantly challenging myself, such as running marathons, starting a podcast, and going on YouTube, things like that seem like a long journey and a long ways off from maybe where you want to be, but the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So in conclusion, I made a decision to study abroad in Costa Rica. And that was a risk outside of my comfort zone that led to a huge reward. But that decision not only got me a wife and a career that I'm still growing, but now it's allowed me to have this podcast where it seemed silly at the time, but I guess why I shouted out those people before, realizing that there's some kind of impact that I'm having, influence, and I'm extremely grateful for that. That people are even listening to this and they're actually finding value in this. So I hope this is providing more value to you as well and empowering you, encouraging you to just take action today on something you know you've been procrastinating on, because you're only losing your own life every day, because tomorrow's not promised. And you could be living a bit bigger life than you want to, or that you are right now. So today, write that email. Today, write that email, call that friend, sign up for that course, go for that job, apply, something you've been putting off, maybe start your own podcast. But don't let your comfort zone kill you or your dreams. That's my takeaway for today. Now go out there, take action, do the next right step, and let me know how that goes. I want to hold you accountable for that. Check back with me next time. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I'll be putting out more episodes now more regularly now that I'm finding more space and bandwidth to do this. And also I appreciate that feedback that keeps me going. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. Also, check out YouTube if you want to check out some videos there, Instagram as well, where you can find me for some more stuff. Thank you all, and take care.